This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win.
All right, here live on the PFF NFL show, Max Chadwick alongside Dalton Wasserman. We're going to do a few mock drafts for teams, starting with the AFC North. And right now, the worst team in the AFC North, once again, is the Cleveland Browns. So let's pull up the beautiful PFF mock draft simulator. You can see right now, updated after every single week. You can get it for 30% off right now using the promo code HOLIDAY30. The Browns are picking number 4 overall right now with a 3-10 record on the season. The Browns also have Dalton, number 27 overall pick via the Jacksonville Jaguars too, due to the Travis Hunter trade last year. So let's start off and see what happens. All right, Mendoza's gone. Takes away probably the top quarterback in this draft. In my opinion, Dalton, and I think you'll agree with me here, the Browns right now, who have the worst receiving grade in the league and the worst pass blocking grade in the league, I probably wouldn't take Dante Moore right here. I would take either a receiver or an offensive tackle.
I think we got 4 weeks left to see if Shedeur Sanders can answer some questions about his viability to be a starter, right? Coming off a really good game and despite losing to Tennessee, right? He had actually a historically good start for the Browns. They don't get that sort of quarterback play that often with 350-plus passing yards and 4 total touchdowns. So we're going to wait and see. And I honestly think that's the right decision to go here. I think we have to come out of this draft, these 4 picks that we're going to make through 3 rounds with the Browns. We got to build up this receiving core and this offensive line. So that's the first decision here to me. Is it receiver, or do we go offensive tackle, or is it the other way around? Is there one we feel better about the depth, or do we just take a top flight receiver like a Jordan Tyson right now and then worry about the trenches later?
So I think we have 3 options here. I think you can take Jordan Tyson, who I think is probably the top receiver in the draft. You can see right here on the screen. He's been kind of banged up this year, only played in 9 games due to injuries. Kind of been banged up his whole career, so it is kind of a thing to keep an eye on with him and whether or not you want to spend a top 5 pick on a guy who's been as injury prone as he has, but he's a tremendous player on the field. Spencer Fano, who I think is a great tackle still, has had 2 great years in a row for Utah at right tackle for them. I think he's an option here. Also, if you want to do low moving costs, Carnell Tate, the wide receiver from Ohio State, too. I personally still take Jordan Tyson over him, but there are a lot of Browns fans right now that are very interested in acquiring Carnell Tate here, too.
I'm with you. I think Tyson might have a little bit higher ceiling there. Tate's been really good, but if I was going to spend the 4th overall pick on one, I would go with Jordan Tyson.
Over Fano, too?
I think so. Let's see where it shakes out because our next pick is going to be down here at 27. Let's see where the offensive tackle class shakes out.
I think I'm alone here. I kind of like the depth in this tackle class, so I think we should take Jordan Tyson here.
Let's go with it. Jordan Tyson, 4th overall. We'll see where the board shakes when we get to number 27 here.
All right, so I want to see what the tackle situation looks like. Caden Proctor's here staring us in the face.
Caden Proctor's right there. Super talented. You need a left tackle in the worst way. You need a lot of offensive linemen in the worst way. It wouldn't shock me at all if we spend another pick on an offensive lineman here just to get that unit really going, because they could be replacing just about the entire thing. So I'm in agreement with you. We take a look at Caden Proctor, and hey, if you need a wildcat running back, then
that's true.
You can go with that too. But Caden Proctor, the potential he has at his size with the footwork that he has, I mean, just a rare athlete for a guy who's what is it, 6'8" and 360 pounds, right? If not bigger than that. I mean, just a guy who really has gotten, for the 2nd year in a row, has gotten his rhythm going as he's gotten into SEC play. So I'd be a big fan of this. I think if you came out of this first round with a Jordan Tyson and a Caden Proctor, you'd be looking pretty good.
Exactly. Caden Proctor, you saw on the screen right there, too. I mean, he has a 79 run blocking grade and 80 pass blocking grade this year. It seems like he's put it all together this year. He's been hated on a lot by a lot of people. I actually like Caden Proctor a lot, and he could be a top 20 pick, if not a top 15 pick in this draft. So getting him here, I think, at 27 is a steal. So yeah, if I'm the Browns, I'm sprinting in this pick for Caden Proctor.
Let's do it. Let's take Caden Proctor, and then we get to pick number 36 here in the 2nd round. Now is a question of, do we go wide receiver again and keep building? Is there another position on this team that we feel should improve? I really feel like O-line and wide receiver really need to be the big focuses here. We could even stay within those 2 position groups, right? I mean, as always, the Browns are always loaded on the defensive line. Maybe they could look into the secondary if there's someone like an A.J. Harris would make sense, for as much as Jim Schwartz loves to play man-to-man coverage. That could make some sense if you wanted another corner, but certainly options here. And I'll tell you, in this range on down the board, you see, a lot of receiver options: Ian Strong, Elijah Surratt, Chris Bell. I wouldn't mind, unless you want, a versatile offensive lineman like an Austin Seerveld, or keep looking later into the third round with pick number 68 there. I think we got a lot of options here, but there's some real talent at receiver in this range of the board.
Yeah, I kind of like taking another receiver right now, too, because they have Jerry Jeudy right now, Cedric Tillman, and Isaiah Bond are their starting 3 receivers. You have Jordan Tyson already, adding to one of them. If you had a second one, receiver too, I wouldn't hate that either. So what receiver do you think you like the most in this kind of range right here?
I really love Elijah Surratt, but I wonder if he's kind of too similar a style to Jordan Tyson, kind of that possession receiver that we already took. I almost wonder if this is a team that could take the chance on a Chris Bell with the size and speed. Let's get a vertical threat this time, right? We double up at receiver. We get a really crafty route runner in Jordan Tyson who can make contested catches. And then you have a guy in Chris Bell with the size and speed potential that can make explosive plays for you at any time. That's really something that's been missing from the Browns offense. So I think for this fit and what we already have in this class, I would go with Chris Bell from Louisville.
I was just going to say that too. I think Chris Bell might be a first-round pick. So you get him here at 36 overall. It'd be a great pick too. I love this draft so far for the Cleveland Browns with Jordan Tyson, Caden Proctor, and Chris Bell doubling up on wide receiver in the top 40 here for the Cleveland Browns. You see, right? Chris Bell, great size, great speed, had a great year as well at Louisville. Let's go with Chris Bell here for Cleveland. And I believe we have one more pick, right?
Pick number 68 we're 68. Going to now.
Okay.
Interesting here. I mean, you could load up. There's a lot of defensive players in this area. Actually, I wouldn't hate at all. Man, if we wanted to double up offensive line, we could take your guy, the center out of Florida, Jake Slaughter. I wouldn't hate that. If we were going with this theme and just going, hey, load up these 2 positions, and you get a Caden Proctor and a Jake Slaughter within your first 4 picks, I wouldn't hate that at all. There's a lot of questions. Look, this is an older offensive line. They're going to replace a lot of it. Ethan Posich at center is a guy who might be out of there. He's 30 years old as well. If you're really trying to get younger, kind of do the same thing New England did, right? Taking Will Campbell and Jared Wilson, even though Wilson's playing guard now instead of center like he did at Georgia. You want to rebuild it? Go ahead and rebuild it and use your cap space to get a couple more veterans here. I don't hate the idea of a Jake Slaughter here for sure if we're going offensive lineman.
I don't hate that either, honestly. I'm trying to see what else is on the board for us right now.
Blake Miller, if you want to go with a right tackle and go both tackle spots.
That's a guy who might be a top 50 pick too, honestly.
Carter Smith is a guy who's from Indiana, is a guy who's been outstanding. Does he lead the nation in pass blocking grade
He
this
is.
year?
I actually put together my All-American team for PFF. He is my first team All-American left tackle. I don't know if a play tackle in the NFL might be more of an interior guy at the next level, but I mean, you already have your left tackle in Caden Proctor. So I don't hate that. You scroll up to the top again. I just want to see who the top available ones on our board are right now. Yeah, I kind of like Slaughter. Slaughter is, I think, would be a really fun fit in this offensive line.
I think Slaughter and Smith would really are the 2 guys. I think we make that decision. But you know me, I'm with you. I love Jake Slaughter, man. Florida's offensive line has arguably been the best part of their team, and Jake Slaughter is the leader of that. And he's just one of those guys. It doesn't feel like as a player just never screws up.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe he's not the flashiest center you've ever seen, but he just doesn't screw anything up. He's always on assignment. And the Browns, they need stability on that offensive line. I think he would bring that.
All right, let's not screw it up. Let's take Jake Slaughter then right now. All right, Cleveland Browns. They really need help in the receiving core and along the offensive line. Again, the worst receiving grade in the NFL right now, the worst pass blocking grade in the NFL right now, and we are addressing both of those needs with this mock draft, taking Jordan Tyson, taking Caden Proctor, Chris Bell, and Jake Slaughter, doubling up on receiver and doubling up on the offensive line with all 4 of the Browns' top 70 picks. We're going to do these kind of mock drafts for every single team in the NFL, continuing with the AFC North. So stay tuned for more mock drafts.